So, good morning, students. First of all, Happy New Year, and I hope you have enjoyed your
Happy
small.
New Year, sir.
Yeah, thank you. And I hope you have enjoyed your small duration of vacation. So, probably this semester started early, and we want to finish it on time. So, that is why. And probably there is a chance that you people might be called to the college for your end sem. So, there are chances of that also. Hope that happens soon. Fine. So, welcome to this elective subject, that is coastal engineering and coastal zone management. I don't know like why you people have selected this subject. If it is because of some interest, it is really good because it will definitely help you out because marine structures or ocean engineering or engineering itself is a complete different uh, stream altogether, and there are many colleges which offer this degree, and you also have very good placement opportunity in this particular field in the foreign as well as in India. Fine. So if you are really interested in knowing this subject, it is really good. uh, so probably what you will learn in this is similar to whatever you will learn in your other type of water related structure, that is your rivers. So whatever that you study there, you will study detail or uh, dynamics is more involved in this compared to the river. So that is the major difference that comes into picture, because if you see the amount of water a ocean holds is something we cannot compare it with a river. So that is why the entire dynamics changes when it comes to the ocean. So we will see how we can use this ocean to our usefulness in this particular subject. Right? Uh, I will try to keep it as informative as possible. Right? So, yes. Okay. And I again hope that you people have selected this subject because of interest, not because that I give, I don't know. Like, okay, so the subject name is Coastal Engineering and Coastal Zone Management. I hope the slides are visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Very good. Okay. So the name of the subject is Coastal Engineering and Coastal Zone Management, which is a elective subject. I'm offering this course for this semester. So I have already shared the syllabus in the Google Classroom, and I have given the Google Classroom code in the comments. I will again share it in the comment section because I saw some of them joined just now. Right? So this is the syllabus. So we will be studying the introduction. That is, what are the different terminologies that we have in the ocean. That is the waves, the wind, which plays a major role in the generating the waves. So we will see about the cyclones, storm surges, and other things. Then we will discuss the basics of waves and tides, that is the major driving force in the ocean. Then we will discuss how this parameters or characteristics of the waves can be determined. We have certain theories or postulates that have been developed in order to help us calculate the characteristics of the wave, which we will study in the third chapter. Next, we will study how to calculate a wave force on the structure. So this is where we will study something related to the structures, that is how to calculate the wave load, how it will be considered, whether if we take it as static or whether we will take it as dynamic. So those parts we will discuss in this. If we want, we can continue further in this itself, because but as per your syllabus, we have curtailed down with the basics of the wave force, and then we have jumped to the coastal zone management, which is also one of the policy making unit. Because if you see, most of the uh, people or population are concentrated along the coastline or nearer to the beaches. So if you don't have this coastal zone management, then the beaches that you have to play with, like when you go to Goa, you have the sand beach. So similar to that, you will find that you will not be able to use that particular beach, because if you go to the Bombay, you have Marina Drive, and if you see that if you see, there is no beach in that particular location. So that is because we have taken up the entire beach for our personal needs. But if you see the Goa, you have a very lengthy beach that are available for you to play with or to make use of it. Right? So how this beaches play important role in taking care of the sea level rise or the climate of the earth, we will discuss in coastal zone management. So these are the references books that you have to have. So I will upload all this in the Google Drive. I will share the link in the classroom. So the first book is by J.S. Mani, Coastal Engineering, or it is also sometimes called as Coastal Hydrodynamics. Then one is by V. Sundar, Ocean Wave Mechanics. The third is a notes that is prepared by IIT Bombay Professor MCDO. It is available in that particular link, so I will share that also. Then you need something called as Coastal Engineering Manual, or sometimes it is also called as, previously it was called as Shore Protection Manual, that is SPM. Right? So you need any one of them for your reference. So it has 6 parts. It is freely available in the website. You can download them. You can keep a copy. Apart from it, I will also share them in the Google. So these are the class timings, and as per the actual timetable, so the class timings are from 2 to 3 and 10 to 11, which is difficult or quite odd for me to take, because that is the time I will be uh, uh, having my lunch or preparing for college. So probably we will change the timings if you people are comfortable. I saw people are vacant in 1 to 2 p.m. slot. So on the same day, whatever the slots that have been given for the class, on the same days, that is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we shall have the class from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. If you have any problem or difficulty in that, you can let me know. We will kindly arrange the timings accordingly. So the marks distribution and the grades, it is already discussed with you. You already know about them. So we will have sessional 20, midsem 30, and endsem 50. So sessional will include assignments as well as minor test. Endsem, it depends upon the college. If they call for the offline exam, it is good. Otherwise, again, it will be the based exam. So midsem will be a written exam, which we might do online or offline. So the grades are absolute, which is this is the range which I've already seen this semester. So within this range, you will have to try to score to get good grades. So this is the overview of the subject. We will be studying the different characteristics of the ocean, that is the tides, currents, and the waves. We will see how they are generated, what they are, and what they cause in the ocean. We will see how to calculate how to determine their characteristics, wave theories. We also will try to calculate the energy that particular tide or wave will have and its force on the coastal structures. Ultimately, we also will study about the coastal zone management, where we will try to develop or understand the policies that are there already in order to have a safe environment on the earth. So in this we also will discuss related to the international borders, because the ocean is connecting different countries. So we also have to discuss about the international borders in the coastal zone management, right? So some of the interesting facts that I wanted to show, so that it will be uh, helpful for you to have more interest in this particular subject. So if you see the first figure, the ocean is completely surrounding the Earth's surface, and all the oceans are interlinked, if you can see here. So, whenever there is a movement of the water on the surface of the ocean, so it will move from one ocean to the other ocean, and this red color and blue color are warm and cool waves. We will discuss about them at a later stage. Right? So, this particular movement of the water on the entire globe brings about the climate change. So if you see, whatever the climate change that is happening on the earth is because of the movement of the water in the ocean. So if you can study this and understand the movement of the water on the surface of the ocean, so you can easily able to predict the climate more accurately along with the atmospheric data. Right? So next is the, one second. Yeah. So next, if you see the height of the structure and the height of the wave that is impacting the structure. So that is why knowing the wave force or the impact force of the wave is very much essential for constructing the structures near the ocean. So they will be subjected to huge amount of wave force along with the impact force of the wave. So you can see that the height of the wave is almost crossing the height of the tower that is there near the ocean, right? And this is the third image basically shows you the usage of the coastal zone management, why we need to study. So if you see, this is the ocean or the sea. This is the part where the waves are breaking, or waves dissipate their energy. This is the beach region. So if you don't keep the beach region, and if you occupy the beach, so even if there is any sudden increase in the water level, it will completely submerge all this part. So that is why you will have to have certain distance from the sea end, so that a building is constructed and the wave is allowed to dissipate or give out its energy on the surface. So if you construct anything in this particular region, the waves will directly impact on the structure, and it will cause failure. So that is why the learning of the coastal zone management is also one of the important topics. Right? So you already know about this basics, that is Earth is covered with 71% of the water and all. So I don't want to discuss about it. Out of which the Pacific Ocean is one of the largest ocean, which covers 30% around the Earth's surface. So that is one thing that you will have to know. So we are surrounded by Arabian Sea and Indian Ocean and Bay of Bengal. Right? So we will have to concentrate more on these three. So the third largest ocean is the Indian Ocean, which is on the south of our India, which also brings about major climate change in and around India. So you can see a series of drought situation or series of flood situation. They are basically because of this oceanic movement of the water. So the deepest, if you go deeper into the ocean, the pressure will be very high. The depth of the ocean, if you compare it to the river, is very large. So the largest depth or the deepest point is the Marina Trench, which is around 10 kilometers, 11 kilometers on the Earth's surface. So that is the deepest point in the ocean. And if you go to that particular point, the amount of pressure that is there is like one person is trying to support 50 jets. So that is the amount of pressure that a single person faces when he is that deep down. So you can imagine what will be the case of the structures that are constructed that deep, right? So you'll have to be also be taking care of the pressure, not only about the water load or the wave force. So the ocean not only will impact the structures, it also affects the weather or the climate by the amount of surface that is exposed to the sun, that is by distributing the heat, by causing the evaporation, and it maintains the climate or the weather around the globe. And if you see, it is the driving force for the weather that is prevailing in and around the continents. So why do we need to study the ocean waves? So in order to exploit the ocean resources, we need to know related to the ocean environment. That is, we are now trying to develop sustainable energy or renewable energy in terms of by using the wave energy or using tidal energy to generate the electricity. We use the wind energy to generate the electricity. If you see, there are many offshore wind farms that are built in the ocean so that no obstruction is there for the wind flow, and the energy can be generated with minimal losses. And also now, if you see, the some places they are trying to have the solar plates on the surface of the ocean, so that because so much area is directly exposed to the sun, so they can directly make use of that particular surface for generating the electricity. So the research is going on in that particular region, in that particular field. So along with that, you need to install the variety of structures. Like one is the wind farm that I was speaking of, which is mounted in the ocean. So in order to install or design those, we need to take care of the environmental loads that come on them. That is the forces due to the waves and the current. So in order to understand this waves, forces, and all, first we need to know the physics of it. That is how they are generated and how they work and all. So that comes in the first part of the subject, it is the coastal engineering. In the second part, the coastal zone will is the main important part of the Indian infrastructure and also the human activities that takes place in the coastal zone. So we need to know more about this coastal zone because the in order to develop the policies as a engineer, or if you become a secretariat or a what do you call scientific advisor to the government bodies, you need to develop the policies. So you need to know what this coastal zone is and how they work with in order to develop the policies in a better manner. So that is why you also need to know the basics of coastal zone management. So with this brief introduction, I will end the today's class. So I think I have given you an idea of what this particular subject is. So if you are interested, so you can continue this subject. Otherwise, you have one more elective that has been offered by British sir, that is fluvial hydraulics. So you can also try that course. Fine. So there is no mandatory that you will have to be joining my course itself. So it is your choice. If you are interested, you can join this particular, or you can continue this particular course, or you can try the other course that is fluid hydraulics. Fine. So if you have any doubts before continuing the classes from the next time, you can definitely ask me now. So this is the weirdest part. So how do you feel this subject as? Okay. So I am not getting very much interested. Vinay, I am not included any programming in this, but if you people are interested, we can have some. We can discuss some basic MATLAB coding. That is basic C language MATLAB coding. If you people are interested, that is for calculating the wave force and all. You can use that. If you are interested, we can include that also. but it is basically your interest whether to include it or not. So we will have the problems in this. So if you want, we can solve those problems using the MATLAB code. So apart from it, we will not use any other software as such. Only thing that you will need is the different codes that are there. That is IS code 4651. Yeah, 4651, I suppose. So that is related to the question structures. You can refer to that. Apart from it, I will be sharing whatever the material that is required in the Google Drive, and I will be sharing the link to you. Right? So if you are happy with the program, if you don't have any more doubts, I think. What about the class timings? Is it fine that we shall have it from 1 to 2? Is it okay on all the 3 days? Monday, Wednesday, and
Yes, sir.
yeah, good. Okay. So we shall have that on that particular day. And those who have not joined, I have again shared the classroom code here. You can join through that particular link. And I request you keep only one email ID in the Google Classroom, whether it is your personal or the college. You keep only one mail. Otherwise, it will be sometimes difficult for me.
That we have to take class on from 1 to 2 on Friday.
Yeah.
Can we have any other timing for on Friday?
Yeah, sure, no issue. You can see your timetable. You can let me know whenever you are free. So there is no hard and fast rule. So I don't. Let me see. I might have. Your PhD or MTech?
Yes, sir.
Your PhD or MTech?
MTech, sir, MTech.
Okay, fine. So let me see. Probably we can have on Friday. We have 8 to 9 or 3 to 4. You people are free on that day. Or if you want, you can shift it on Thursday also. If people are free on Thursday 1 to 2, if you people are okay with it, we can even shift it from Thursday 1 to 2. So I hope you have received the timetable already.
Yes, sir,
Yes,
we
sir.
have.
Yeah. So you can see to the timetable. You can check out any other, what do you call, classes that are free, time slots, and you can definitely let me know. Fine. So, can we have a WhatsApp group? Can someone create a WhatsApp group like the previous time? Those I had it for the remote sensing, or we can stay in that particular group itself. We can rename it to coastal engineering now. Is it fine?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It is fine, sir.
Since already many of you are already in that group, I'll keep that particular group itself. We shall have discussion in it. So you people discuss among yourself and let me know with respect to the timing. That is for the Friday's class. If you want, you can have it on. You can have it from 8 to 9 or 3 to 4.
Some students are not there in that group, so please, sir, add us as well.
Okay, I will even share the WhatsApp group link also in this one second.
Thank you, sir.
Because why did we miss it? WhatsApp. Let 1 second. Okay, so now I think I can share it with the group. How to do it? Um, uh, how to get the code? Share group info. Invite. Hmm. Copy link. Okay, so for those who have not joined the WhatsApp group, the link, they can join in that particular using this particular link. And I have shared the classroom link also now, so you can you can join the classroom. So I will share the assignments. Probably we will have 3 assignments and one minor test. That is for the sessional, 20 marks. So remaining midsem we already know, but for the endsem we will hope we will meet in the college. Fine. Hmm. Okay. Happy Lohari or Makara Sankranti. Have a nice day. we will meet again on Thursday or Friday, based on the time that you fix. You can finalize the time and let me know in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, sir.
Is it fine?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.